Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are going to do something a little different today. Here on Games on the Table, we are not going to be playing a game. Instead, we are going to cover a product. Those of you who watch some of my earlier channels know that I love miniature games. Games with miniatures. I think miniatures look great on the table. And I think painted miniatures look amazing on the table. Now, regular, non-painted miniatures are fine. You can make an argument that standees that are at least colored are better. You can make that argument. That's neither here nor there. You also know that I just do not enjoy painting miniatures. I don't know why. I've tried several different things. I've tried acrylic paints. I've tried speed paints. I've tried contrast paints, and I just don't enjoy it. I'll get in. I will paint. The models come out okay. I'm not professional, but they come out okay. But then I just can't get motivated to get in and do it again. So I don't get a lot of my miniatures painted. So today, we're going to try something new. This is the Speed Paint markers from Army Painter. Speed Paint 2.0, I do believe. We're going to see how easy these are and how much I can get into painting with one of these. I don't think I'm going to become oh man, I just enjoy painting. It's absolutely amazing. But if it can be more, oh, let me get in here and paint these real quick. I don't have to spend a lot of time. That would be great. Because I've got a lot of games with a lot of miniatures that need to be painted. I'd like to paint my Grim Coven models. That would actually motivate me more to get into another round of Grim Coven. I really need to play that game again. We've got this game, which I'm covering on the channel right now, which is, I don't think y'all can see the box. Let me bring it over real quick, just so y'all can see. We're doing Metal Gear Solid, the board game. So that's what we're covering on the channel. I've done a couple videos, which I may redo if I get these miniatures painted. So you need some miniatures, which we have. We have all the miniatures out. You need your speed paints. This is the starter set. There are some other colors out besides the 10 that come in the starter set. I went to my local hobby store the day before yesterday to get some primer, because the one thing that I do know from doing a little bit of research is they recommend using a light colored primer, either a beige or a very light gray or white. I have a white. I have used white primer, and I really don't like the brightness of the colors when you use white. Matte white is what they recommend. And as far as the beige goes, this is what I went to get. This is apparently the new hotness when it comes to painting miniatures. Rathbone. Now this is a Citadel. Army Painter has one. It's not called Rathbone, but I think it's basically the same thing. But I went ahead and got Rathbone because this is what I've been getting recommended. And I primed my miniatures yesterday because this is not about a priming. So all the miniatures are primed and ready to go. So we got our primers, we've got our models primed, and we've got the new markers. So let's do a quick unboxing here. Oh, I also bought another color. There are other colors out and more coming. My hobby store did not have a whole big selection. Well, they had some, but they were all sold out. And of the few they had a lot of these colors that you could buy as an individual marker. A few others. The only one that I saw that I wanted was this Ruin It Gray. So I went ahead and got that. So that's an extra pin. So we have 11 colors. All right, let's get this open and see about these. Now, these markers have been out for a while, a few months, I do believe. And one of the things that I have discovered is that these things are refillable. You can refill them. All right. And the other thing that they come with, and I'm assuming, is replacement tips. You see how many there are in here? It doesn't say how many. Oh, 10 pieces. So you got 10 replacement tips in case your tip gets damaged. So that's nice. And then we have our 10 colors and some kind of sheet. Paint markers. Oh, wow. Is this going to be all the colors? Well, this might be all the colors that you can get. Available as a marker. Oh, so if it has a white dot with a pin by it, it means it's available as a marker. So let's see how many they have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So 28 different colors. I don't know if that means they're available now or will be eventually. Oh, here we go. Our speed paint range from 90 paints. 28 of them will be available as markers. Okay, so there's, as of the printing of this, there was only a plan to make 28 of them available as markers. All right, so you are limited in colors. What is this? Remember to prime your miniatures. Okay, this is a list of all their different primes. They have skeleton bone. So I'm assuming that's the same as the wrath bone. Okay. Here on the back is how to use. Right here's the recommended primer colors. Now these are Army Painter primers. They recommend matte white, which we have. They got brain matter beige and ash gray. Those are the three colors. So they actually recommend this brain matter beige, which is a lighter beige. This looks more like skeleton bone. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we'll talk about how to get the tips working in a second. All right, so there's our different markers. Now, the one thing that I do know is once you get these markers going, they recommend keeping the cover on them and storing them upside down like this. So I have a container which I'm going to use. Now, this container I'm going to use, let me grab this real quick, is actually a water pot, which since I am don't paint very much anymore, I'm going to use this to store my paints. Hopefully they'll all fit. Now, well, maybe not. Yeah, they'll hold them. And I can even probably put this in there. Yeah, there we go. So that's how they recommend storing them. If this goes well and I end up getting more colors, we will obviously have to come up with a better storage solution. Now, apparently the way to prime these, which one is this? Gravelord Gray. So this is a dark gray, I'm assuming. Trying to see, all right, on the back end of them, trying to see if there's any color marker. All right, so maybe it's this stripe at the top. Stripe at the top and the bottom is the base color guide. The first guys that I want to paint, just to get some practice, is the soldiers. Now, another thing, unless you're very creative and you have your own ideas of how to paint, how you want your guys to look, you need a picture to go by. The only picture I can find colored in that box for the soldiers is this one. And this is the patrol card for the soldiers. the guard dashboard. Now, from looking at this, it looks like his vest, gun, gloves, and hat are a dark gray or a black. He has light gray elbows, and it's like a light green. So we have to really consider what colors we want to use. This one will not work. Now, this dark gray will definitely be a consideration. This here, blood red, have no need for that one on this one. All right, here's another gray. This is the Runic gray. So that one could come into play. Definitely not blue. Here's an orange, which also will not come into play. Here's a yellow. Don't see that one working. All right, here's the black. Definitely going to use that one. What is this? Oh, metallic silver. This will probably come into play at some point. All right, here's our only green. It's an orc skin. It's a line of a brighter green that I would want. And the only other color we have is hardened leather. So we really have to make a decision with these soldiers. I'm thinking about using the lighter gray, which would be this one, the Runic gray, for the main outfit. And then painting his vest, gun, and gloves black, and then his helmet, his knee pads with the lighter gray. That's kind of the plan. So we're going to start with this Runic gray. All right, from what I've been told and how to prime these, we'll get the instructions out real quick. No, this is not them. Something's in here now. What happened to the instructions? Oh, here we go. Prime your miniatures. Insert the tip into the top of the cap. Push and hold to let the paint flow. Now, it's funny. I watched a video, and they recommend shaking these. You can even hear there's something in there to help mix the paint. They say that these markers will really benefit from a good shake before you use them. So that's the first thing we're going to do. This thing shook up. Now, I may not take y'all through a whole priming, whole painting of one of these miniatures, but we're going to see how this flows. Let me put these up. All right, let's get this. All right, there we go. All right. These shook up. Let me put this off to the side. See how well this cap opens or does not open. All right, well, it's not opening very easily. Oh, there we go. So it pulls off. It doesn't unscrew. All right. And I was also told it's best to hold it straight up and down. And all I've done is push down. I know you guys can't see it. Oh yeah, I can see it flowing. And I was also told to not be too rough with this, so he doesn't want to damage the tip. And as soon as the tip is fully coated, which is right there, it should be ready to paint. All right, so we're going to use this for his... Okay, guys. I went back and looked at the video and realized that y'all could not really see me painting. So what I've done is I have brought the camera in closer. And I can let hopefully y'all can see it. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know how well y'all can see the colors. Or how well this tip is covering things. All I can tell you, if you like me, is just take your time. I am not I don't say I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not a perfectionist. I do want my models to look good, but I also know that I am not a great painter. I already know this. So what I'm doing is just taking my time, painting the model, trying to cover everything. Like I said, there are some things that this marker is going to be hard to handle. Like the inside of this arm is not easy to get to. All right, I will say this. I am enjoying this painting more than any other type of painting I've done. I like the marker. It's definitely making, for me anyway, making it more fun. Will it be enough to get me to get all my miniatures painted? Probably not. I don't think I'm enjoying it that much. But what I do think is that it will allow me to get more of my models painted, and especially new games. I don't know how we all can see that. All right, one thing I'm gonna do. Let's go back to the original model that we started and put him in a base. There we go. And we're gonna put a second coat on this guy. I don't, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to that because I don't know how long they need to dry. A new one. They do say make sure they're completely dry before you apply a second coat. So this is the first model. I don't know how well you can see the colors, but I think it did pretty good. I think a second coat, just to darken it up a little bit more, is going to look really good. This is the one that we did second. I feel like he definitely needs a second coat in certain spots. Definitely. So I would call this a success. I actually um, was not miserable painting these models. I know I'm not done, and maybe after getting the whole thing painted, maybe my attitude will change, but maybe not. So we are going to stop again. I will get some of the more models painted, and then I will come back with a finished product. I don't know how many will be finished, but with a finished product, I'll show it to you. I'll give my overall review of it. And once again, thanks for watching. We'll be right back, or at least for you guys to be right back once I have some models painted. Thanks again for watching. Okay, guys, I finished them. As you can see, the painting came out okay. It's not great, but they're painted. I'm happy with them. It's definitely good enough to get on the table and look better than unpainted miniatures. I got 5 guards painted. I did 5 at a time because I only have 5 of these stands. All in all, I would say the markers are a win. If you are new or you just don't like to deal with the paints of the brushes and the wiping out with water and then the cleaning and then maintaining the brushes and trying to keep a good tip on the brushes, I would definitely say that this is the way to go. They did great. They were able to get into some pretty good fine lines and keep it on those lines. So I would definitely say if you want to get into painting, but you don't want to get, crazy with it, with all the stuff, this is definitely the way to go. I'm definitely going to be looking for some more colors. There's a couple more hobby shops in my area that I want to go check out and see if they have any of the other colors. So even though these 5 guards look this way, some of the others that I paint may look a little different because I'll have access to some more colors. One of the biggest weaknesses was the flesh tones. The only one I had was, I believe it's this one. Nope. Let's see. Can I find it? We set this down. What was it called? Nope. Oh man, I just used it. You think it would be right here in the front? No, 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 no. This one? Nope. This one. Pallid Bone. This was the best flesh tone color that I have right now. The Pallid Bone. So this is what I had to use for the flesh tone. I think they came out looking pretty good, guys. I painted the bases, painted everything. Now I do need a little better, get a little bit better feeling on some of the areas, but for the most part, for a first try, I'm happy. With the next ones we're going to paint, getting ready to run the missions, is we are going to paint our boy here, Liquid Snake. We are going to paint another soldier just to fill in one of the 5 slots. So I'm going to get another soldier painted. The 2 versions of Meryl, because she is in mission 3, I do believe. So I want to get her painted. And lastly, the first boss you face, I believe, is Revolver Ocelot. So I'm going to paint him as well. So those are going to be the next 5 that I'm going to paint. I will use the soldiers as fill-ins because I want to get the Cyber Ninja painted. I want to get all the bosses painted. And just between that, I got, 4 more bosses. I've got Octagon. I've got the Cyber Ninja. And then I've got 6 more soldiers, not counting these guys. So I just want to give you a cut in. I will get on painting these next 5, and I will cut in again and show you how those turn out. I probably will cut the video there. The rest you'll see on screen when I play the different missions. But as far as the markers go, let me raise this up so you get a better view. As far as the markers go, I would definitely say yes. These are definitely worth the money. They are a little bit more expensive than, just something I didn't talk about. They're more expensive than buying the little pots of paint, the speed paints and the contrast paints. But these are also refillable. So, you're paying for the marker. You're paying for that extra stuff, the felt tip. And like I said, the fact that they're refillable, in my opinion, is what makes these things really worth the money. I will maybe, when I ever run one of these out, I will show you the process of refilling it. There's a way you got to take some things apart. Just keep track of that. Pull your paint in, put it all back together. So for me, it's a yes. For me, it is a definitely worth it. Do I think I'm going to become a miniatures painter? The answer to that is no. Move this out so you can see everybody there. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, leave it in the leave it in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. And I will be back. For you guys, it'll be just in a couple seconds, but as soon as I get the next batch painted, I will be right back with that. Thanks for watching. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. And we have finished painting all of the miniatures. I'll give you all a quick shot of them, just so you can see how they came out. Those markers did really well. Not perfect, but they did get the job done. And for somebody who's just looking for a quick paint job, not to deal with all the issues of a brush and the water and changing paints and all that, they got the job done. They are a little hard to get into some tight spaces, but as you can see, though it is not like a professional paint job, they did get the job done. I enjoyed using them. I will definitely use them some more. Get some more miniatures painted. If you have any questions about them or anything like that, put it in the comments. I'll answer as best I can. And once again, thanks for watching. We'll get these miniatures on the table, and you can see them in action. Okay, guys, welcome back. I got the models painted. Wanted to give you all a little version of them. I hope that sound isn't too loud. So basically, every miniature is now painted. They're all painted with the Army Painter Speed Paint 2.0 markers. They came out decent. I'm not going to act like they're the best, but they did come out okay. We will swap them in and out so y'all can see them. That was obviously one of the guards. There's Revolver Ocelot. My impressions of these markers. If you're like me, and you don't like the hassle of getting out all the paints, getting out the paintbrushes, getting the water. Every time you get done with the color, you got to rinse out the brush. And then you have to get out the paint. Then I need to do that color some more. So you got to rinse out the brush again and get the new paint. These were much better. Paint with the marker. And I put the cap on it, put it up, and if I need the paint again, I just pull out the marker and paint. It was much easier. It went much faster. For me, they were a great option. I actually enjoyed painting. Now, I'm not going to become a paint everyday guy, but it will allow me to get more miniatures painted, get more painted miniatures on the table. Like I said, I got all these painted in, I'm going to say about 10 hours. I got all of the miniatures painted. That includes all of the soldiers, all the bosses, all the heroes. And I wasn't working at a hectic pace. I was just painting, and they flowed well. The biggest issue as far as painting goes is getting into tight areas. I can't tell if you can see on this particular guy, but one of the hardest places to paint was in there underneath that on the back side of the bullets on the chain. Getting under there was hard. But outside of that, they flowed well. The other factor that may be something of an issue is the color selection. I got the starter box, as y'all saw, and I had the extra pin. I did make it to my other local game store, and I picked up 9 more pins, so I had 20 different colors. I did not use all of them, but it did give me more options. And I know there's going to be 28. I don't know how many of those 28 are out, but I have 20 of them now. And I'm hoping that if these paints become a success, they will bring out more colors. If you guys see anything, any suggestions on better techniques or things you think I'm doing wrong, you can see a little bit on the bases that didn't get painted. That is because of where they're being held by my little holders. It's not a big deal for me. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking to sell these. Just get them on the table. They'll look a lot better. So I'm hoping you're enjoying all this. All right, here come the heroes. As you see, it does. They have the similarity contrast paints of getting into the grooves and making them darker. I really like that. All in all, for me, these paints are a win. I will be getting my Grim Coven models out next and painting them. See how well they go. So we can play some more Grim Coven. Here we go with Merle, her in her disguise. Looks pretty good. Like I said, all in all, the pointy tip really helps you get into some tight places. The length of the tip is what really causes problems trying to get into some of the places where you got to duck under and through because it touches other areas. Now, I do know that you can cut these tips down, but cutting it down too small will be less paint in the brush, which means you have to load more often. I mean, maybe not a big deal, but I was able to make it work. And if you're going for a more professional looking job, that might be something you'd want to consider. Maybe having um, two brushes of each color, one that's trimmed down to a small tip that doesn't stick out very far, and one that's a fuller tip for larger areas. Like if you see on her shoulder coming up, you can see where some of the orange from her hair got on her arm. And I actually painted the arm second, so it didn't paint over very well. Like I said, all in all, I think they came out pretty good. We got two more models here to show you. Pretty good, guys. I'm satisfied with them. I am going to shoot a video of me playing the game shortly after I get this video done. I hope y'all enjoy it. Any questions you might have about these paints, about this game, about any other game, please put them in the comments. I will do my best to get the answers for you. And here we go, the main star here, Snake himself. I think it came out. I think they all came out well, guys. Tell me what you think. Maybe if you guys have some pictures of your own models that you painted with these markers, or just models you painted in general, put them in the comments so other people see your work. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Give these markers a shot. I know there are other paint markers out there. Give those a shot. Let me know what you think. If you think there's a better version than these, let me know. And have fun playing games on the table.